Hi, welcome back. We are finally back here on the GT5 server, and me and Crazy had our stream today for a couple hours. If you're interested in watching some of the footage of me and Crazy bickering and doing the things I'm going to show you we did, there will be a card up in the corner linking to that stream, but I will go over what we actually did. So, first thing we did when we got in today, Crazy had our tungsten steel coils done. She accidentally made a second set, which we immediately recycled because we don't need more than one set because we're going to run this blast furnace making HSSG as much as possible. As you can see, it is packed full and would have plenty of fuel to make power. This thing's been going all day since we got done, and it's making us our HSS done. That is going to be our new coils, which we will run on all three blast furnaces and the mixer, or the multi-smelter, and the two pyrolusas in there. So that means we're going to have a lot of nichrome to recycle. And then those tungsten coils as well. The nice thing is HSSG, for anybody who doesn't know, actually takes tungsten steel to make it. Find the dust here. I don't quite agree with this recipe, only because you have to cook the tungsten steel to get it into a dust, or you have to cook it, then macerate it. Hold on. You have to cook it, cool it, macerate it, then cook it, cool it again for the HSSG. Kind of shitty in my opinion. There should be some way of doing this recipe with steel and tungsten and letting it all cook at once, I would think. I'm not an expert. I don't know how it's actually made. Maybe this is how you actually have to do it. But anyways, that is how you make it. It is molybdenum, vanadium, chrome, and tungsten steel. So the nice thing about it is 5 parts tungsten steel with 9 of the HSSG due to the other in it. So, and vanadium's not hard. That comes out of vanadium magnetite, which is in a magnetite vein, which is all over the place. Chrome comes from redstone, and ruby dust, which is all over the place. And molybdenum, once you find a vein of that stuff, you're pretty set for life. So that's not an issue either. Now we are going to also be making some HSSE out of the HSSG with some cobalt, some manganese, and some silicon, because the HSSG has better stats on it than the HSSG. So if you make a hammer or a pickaxe out of G, it's going to be 400,000 durability, attack speed of 6, mining speed of 7.5, and it can do any level 3 ore that you need. If you do E, you're going to get 512,000 durability with a 7 attack, still the 7.5 mining speed, and it can do level 4, which means if you put this on a MV drill, the MV drill is going to be level 5, which means it's going to flat cook through just about anything, even up to the level 3 stuff. So I don't really go for the S, reasons being that one, S will take iridium, and osmium. Harder to get. We still haven't found an iridium vein yet. Osmium can pretty much only come from iridium or being synthesized. And it will give you less durability by 100,000 from the G with the same mining level as E, but a little bit faster. And I am not that much of a speed demon that I want my tools to break faster and be able to go the same mining level. So we will be going for the E for ours, not the S. And I'm not making the mistake of using a HSS wrench because I did that once before and it is way too fast. I break way too many things with it. So I'm going to stick with my ultimate wrench because it is just about the perfect speed. Okay, next thing we got is this noisy thing, which is our roaster, which we need to probably make a bank of these. Have the one for the moment, but we're only doing pyrite for right now to get us some more iron. And we have so much pyrite from processing redstone to get ruby dust for chrome that it's going to take probably a month of Sundays to get through all of this. So we can upgrade it. There are other levels of it, but I like to do banks of them because it's more efficient on power. So I'll probably make like 4 or 8 of them. Only the pyrite we're going to be getting in, but other things. And before I forget, so everybody knows, the blast furnace, the reason why we're doing the coils is because each 900K over the minimum heat capacity grants a 5% speed up. Each 1800K over allows for one upgraded overclock. An upgraded overclock reduces a recipe's time by a quarter and increases the EU cost by 400. And so we want it to go a bit faster, so that's why we're going to be running steel. And Pyrolus says processing speed scales linearly with coiled tier. Copper nickel is 50%. Canthal is 100%. Nichrome is 150. Tungsten steel is 200. So then that means that HSS being the next one will be 250. So we'll be making 150% speed on our pyrolusses over there. So we'll be able to make charcoal way faster. And the fermented biomass will get processed way faster to keep up with what we will hopefully be needing. We're probably going to be upgrading or adding another upgrading it to tungsten steel or a second one of these to burn the charcoal that we have, seeing as how currently we don't run this very often. Luckily we have our gases that are being used. Backup, or yeah, an emergency backup. But that's what we're going to be doing for the coils. Back to the roaster. Have our sulfuric dioxide going into a tank down there. We've only got about 600,000 right now. And we're going to be saving our sulfur dioxide So we can, no, that's trioxide. We need dioxide. So we can run it in an electrolyzer to get the sulfur out of it. But sulfur doesn't have a whole lot of uses other than just burning it or making other mods batteries, making gunpowder, which we don't really need to do, things like that. We'll probably just end up burning most of it. We don't need it for sulfuric acid because we have so much sulfuric acid. Our chalcopyrite to copper platinum group sludge stuff over here. So what we're actually going to be using it for is we can use hydrogen sulfide that we get out of the oil processing. We can mix that with sulfuric dioxide, sulfur, and water at only 3,600. So 10% cheaper. And then we're still going to get our sulfur and water out of it, and we won't have to use hydrogen or oxygen to mix with it, which would give sulfur dioxide and water. So it's a win-win. And then if we ever do need it for sulfuric acid, we can always do that as well. Probably just turn it into sulfur and either burn the sulfur to make power or use it in the recycler down there. I do want to take this point to point out that there are some other things that we would like to add to BDE. One of them being the sulfuric acid. I would love to be able to get the vitriol processing that's in GT6 ported back to GT5U Bears Den Edition, but we do not have an active developer right now. We have a few people that can help out here and there with some things, but we don't actually have someone that is dedicated to the program of getting it done. So any changes we do get are kind of few and far between. So if anybody out there knows how to do Forge and would be willing to help us advance this program a little bit and help us with some of the backporting of things, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know in Discord and we'll get up. Now that that shameless plug is out of the way, let's see. Blast furnace, we did the roaster. Oh, and we did a whole lot of bickering. Me and Crazy love to bicker. Kinds of fun today, especially in the very beginning. That is the other thing we did. We built an absolutely horrible looking bee house. I ended up designing it. Couldn't find anybody to help me to make a really nice looking one, so I just said, Crazy, give me some wood. I'm going to go build my bee building, and this is what it turned out. So basically, I used spruce wood there, birch wood because I don't have maple, and we have slabs on the top with some glass. That way my bees can do their work, and we don't have to worry about mobs on the roof. I am going to do a little bit of changing to it. Look at this, it is all spruce, and turn that back on because Crazy still hasn't gotten me my gate she promised me. On an actual apiary. See how there is those 6 blocks there. I'm thinking I'm going to change that out to oak And then this down here is a little bit darker than this in the center. So I think dark oak for that line. Leave spruce in the center. Use regular oak around there for now. And eventually when I get into some of the forestry trees, then maybe I can find a darker than oak for that part and maple for the building and get that changed out. Next time we're here, we'll probably be working on getting the floor done in there and getting my there so I can expand some more, and because I've pretty much reached just about the limit I can fit in here, and I've got a whole bunch of alveary blocks built and ready to go. I've been working on before we did our move here. There is all the scented paneling, and I've got, I just need to get, I needed a, put it, we also have the impregnated casings being made over here, so it's just a matter of putting stuff together. Cutting machine here, so the wood will come in from down here. I've got to change this lubricant, but then everything will come. Distillery. The reason being that to make lubricant, you have the choice of 750 creosote to 750 lubricant, but you need soapstone, talc, or redstone. You can also use seed oil, which we have a harvester to go on that pumpkin patch you've seen out there. So we will be bringing in seed oil like crazy. So we will be using that for our lubricant. But rather than having to go mine up the talc and the soapstone or waste redstone, we're going to just put in a distillery which will distill 4 seed oil to 1 lubricant. Yes, it is worse on the output, but it saves us from having to mine a really useless ore. We could make a distillation tower for it, which would be just a hair bit better at 32 to 12, but I don't see a reason to make a distillation tower just for lubricant. It would be nice if we could use some heavy fuel to make lubricant. Filling that down would be a nice recipe, because I do believe most of the lubricant that they get out of, that they have, comes from oil processing. In one oil, stuff like that. I do believe it's a byproduct. I think if we, I was thinking that there was a way to do it, but I didn't look fully into it. But I do want to look here real quick. Take sulfuric heavy fuel, and here is the cracker. Oh, forgot. I actually have to get sulfonized first, dummy. So, zero cracked will give lighter stuff, but not any lubricant. And steam cracked will get us methane, all of that stuff, but again, no lubricant. It would be nice if there was one of those that we could use to make lubricant, or if lubricant was a byproduct of it, kind of like in GT6, you get lubricant and you get asphalt, because there has to be some relatively useless stuff that comes out of it. Oil is a dirty, nasty thing. It's not just going away, and it's not just the sulfur. But I digress. We're going to use seed oil for our lubricant. And that is pretty much what we did today. We're hopefully going to be doing this about 3 times a week. Hopefully we'll be back here tomorrow. Today, probably by the time you're seeing this. And tonight, here, probably as soon as I upload this video, I will be doing a mining and music stream to go and eat up a redstone vein. So if you happen to see this and like to come in and say hi, feel free. If you'd like to see the actual stream that we did this in, there should be a card up in the upper right hand corner that will take you directly to that stream, and you can see what we did and listen to us bicker and banter back and forth. But in the upcoming streams, we're going to be working on probably getting to the moon, and we're going to be working on our oil stuff more. We need to find a way of getting more oil, which is either going out and find a buildcraft, a good buildcraft thing of it. There's oil sands, ores that I've plotted out tons of, so I can go and mine some of it. We can go to the nether and get soul sand and pull it out of that. Crazy can start working on her crops and get us to oil berries, or I can get to work on bees and get to oil. Have lots of different things, but we're going to need fuel to get to space and back. We need to get working on that as well, to help with getting to space, and because we want to make a diesel generator and burn our diesel. Also, in case we need more plastics. Crazy has got one of our reactors built. She's got the machines built to make the concrete so we can make the fluid vessel. And I'm going to have to go get a lot more titanium stuff, which means bauxite. That way we can make, we actually want to make 2. Yeah, those things. My brain just shut off. Hold on. Heat exchangers. That's what it is. These, 2 of these. We want one for lava and one for coolant that comes out of the reactor. So we're going to be making 2 of those soon. So that's a lot of titanium, especially since the diesel also takes titanium. I need to get a whole lot of bauxite, but that will be in upcoming weeks, because like I said, tonight is all about redstone because Crazy needs chrome. So with that being said, y'all have a good one. Take it easy. I will see you next time. Hopefully you'll have time to pop in the stream. If not, we'll be doing these after stream reports every time we have a major one. I won't do one for mining and music, but whenever Crazy and I are together doing a stream, I will try to stop in and give you guys a report. Hopefully not quite as long as this one. We're running up on about 25 minutes now. So have a good one, and I will see you next stream. Later.